We got us a little clouds over here there, breaker.
Hey, check. Maybe it's just the morning dew. Maybe the sunshine will come out and burn that all off for you. But have a super fine day out there. It's a work week for some of them. Me, not so much. Fireball, you 765 working this old ground plane around West Virginia.
Man, that ground plane's working good, 765. Hey, 765, man, that ground plane's working for you. No doubt about that. Yeah, I ain't got much to do this week. I got a few things I got to do and a few other things here and there. Maybe work on some jet skis and a few customers here and there. But right about now, I'm just dropping this cot-pick and maul down till the cows come home into your ground plane, 765, break.
Hey, check, like you not the snow, no, ski-doos, there you said, not snow machines, but like you, me too. We get the tractor out, we don't get the garden plowed up, just do a few of them springtime things. It's, hey, taters in here, West Virginia, by Good Friday, as the old timers say. Meanwhile, I just need it on down, chicken.
Hey, Tin Raj on that. Nice to have potatoes from the garden, man. That's the way to do it, man. Make everything from the garden. That way you don't have to go to the store and buy it and spend $300 there, break.
These trying times we're in now, they just
Oh, I know, man. I went to a store the other day, was hanging out with my friend 220 at the river, and I just went and got some cheese, some grated cheese, and a couple other things. The beer was a little expensive, not that much. Went and got all that, and a few other things. I didn't even get anything, man. I really didn't even get anything. It was like $189. I'm like, what? I mean, I'm looking at everything going, man, okay, this should be like 80. No, it was like 189 bucks. I couldn't believe it.
About $199. What's up? He just looking right in the eye. 99 bucks.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, man. It's just ridiculous at the store. I'm hoping this stuff gets better with our new President Trump.
I don't think he's planting the garden.
Well, kind of hard to do a garden out in the middle of the desert, but you can do it. You can grow dates out here. You can grow those module dates. I had a couple date trees. I sold them, though. You can grow the module dates out here. I haven't seen anybody grow no garden. Oh, and they grow a lot of oranges and lemons and avocados. That's about it out here in the middle of the desert.
Yeah, you still got to have the water. I don't know how everybody says it, but pecans or pecans, don't they grow them out there too?
Oh yeah, they grow them out here, and weed. Boy, there's a big old weed farm out here in by the Salton Sea. You drive here about 10 miles, I think, north of here, and there's just a bunch of those, I don't know, those greenhouses, you know, and it's acres. I'm talking like it's 100 acres. Big old marijuana farm out here in the middle of the desert there, Brig.
Yeah, you know, it's become so industrialized it makes the old hippies not want to do it anymore because it's commercial, right? You still got to grow your own.
Oh, it's big time out here, man. You know, they made it legal here in Colorado, or I don't think Arizona, but Colorado and California are legal. I'm not a weed smoker, so I don't care. But it is. It's a big industry. My son does it. I watched my son spend $200 at one of those places, man. I was like, boy, there's a lot of, he's like 20-something. And I said, man, there's a lot of other things you could do with $200 than buy a little bit of marijuana at the marijuana store. You know, you can grow it on your own, too. Out here, you can grow 10 plants. I'm not into it. I don't smoke marijuana. I'm not into it. But It's a big industry out here in Southern Cal.
A pack of cigarettes and 12 packs of beer a day. If you just didn't do that, you had a car payment right there, you know. I mean, even 30 years ago, you know, at those prices, they get $200-300 a month for cigarettes and beer, and now it's like cell phone and you know, like you said, a couple $100 a week, and the cell phone bill or something, you could almost be driving a brand new car.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'm a beer drinker, so I know what you're talking about. You get there and buy yourself 24 pack of beer for the next few days. Get yourself a 24 pack of beer for $25, and then you do it again, and then you do it again another 3 or 4 days later, or 5 days later, or something like that. You don't spend $200, but he spent $200, and this marijuana wasn't going to last him more than about 2 days. And I was like, yeah, that's a waste.
Yeah, well, that's it. It's vices, you know. I prefer my big vice to be bolted down to the workbench out in my garage. The rest of it, I might play around with it, but other don't control me, Roger.
I ain't 10 Roger on that. Well, my son's an adult, so I just let him do what he does, But you're right. He could be saving his money and having himself a new car and not have to work on his piece of crap car and smoke marijuana their break.
Old song, whatever gets you through the night is all right.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? Whatever gets you through the night is all right.
Hey, Roger, I want to take a short pause from the times. With you. Super fine week wave there. It was a good weekend. I hope it's a good week coming up. They call me 765. I'm right smack dab central West Virginia. That old barefoot hillbilly, he's about 8 or 10 miles away from me. We're hanging out right here in the middle of the state. Have a super fine day. 765 in my hills. Let the band roll on.
All right, there, 765. You go on, do what you got to do, man. Hey, 765 in your hills. Go do what you got to do, man. Go to my YouTube channel and listen to this Watergate when I upload it for you on Fireball and 406 Live, man. Hey, 765. You got to join my YouTube channel. Fireball, Fireball, and 406 Live. And I'll upload this for you. You'll be able to hear what that kind of big and barefooted ground plane sound like. Take care. 765, West Virginia, right smack dab central of the state. Fireball, right here around the east side of California. Right here around the Salton Sea where the 35 miles of water's sitting, man. I got this 4-element beam pointed right over the water. Fireball rocking on.
Around Bluegrass. I get out there, roll, I'll check out while I work a little bit of your stuff. Hey, Fireball, can you got a copy? Hey, Fireball,
Yeah, go ahead. Who's out there calling Fireball? Who's out there calling Fireball? Go ahead.
Hey, Fireball, you around the soccer down here? I just thought I'd come up here and say good morning to you, Fireball, while you're sounding a lot of good in my neighborhood.
I ain't 10 Roger on that. I didn't get your handle, though. I didn't get your handle, though, but I'm waving at you.
Yeah, Roger, we got you too, no doubt about it. Hey, Fireball, take care of yourself. Ain't nobody but old 30 weight around Kentucky. Old 30 weight in the coffee shop.
Hey, 10 Roger on that there, 30 weight out there around the coffee shop. Sounding real good, man. Hey, 30 weight out there around the coffee shop out there around Kentucky. Fireball waving at you over here around the west coast of California.
Yeah, Roger, you man, buddy, you got that channel, you got right on top of the bow, too, ain't no doubt about it. Them fellas ain't got nothing on Fireball out there, he's all the wall, he done all. Sound like you own some real estate out here. Hey, Fireball, take care of yourself while you get on the road.
All right, man, well, you take care, man. Oh, I always got these channels locked down, no matter what channel I'm on. 40 weight. Hey, 40 weight, no matter what channel I'm on, I got these guys jumping up and down thinking about talking on the radio.
I heard that now, did you? Well, it just sounded good. I think the noise came out. I just going through the bay in there, and I just took a new jumper line and stuff there. You know how them jumpers, sometimes they get old, you gotta put another in. Hey, listen, take care of yourself, and I'll get out of the way. You're standing good in the world sailing, and I'm gone.
All right there, 40 weight. You take care. Take them easy on that end, man. Thanks for all the flowers. Yeah, I know. Some of them jumpers, man, you got to watch the grounds on those because the can't pick is solder. They just don't make the solder like they used to, or you get the old jumpers where you got to resolder them. So I know how that is. All right, 40 weight out there around Kentucky. Take care. Your friend Fireball, a.k.a. E.F. Hutton. When I speak, the whole world has to listen to me, and nobody else can do anything about it. 40 weight, I'm gone.
Yeah, right, Joe, we got it all too, right? Take care of yourself out there, a.k.a. E.F. Hutton, when you're blowing that big old smoke. Hey, we'll do it again along the co-ed. I'll fly that way now. I'll be over here at the coffee shop. I'm going, yeah. Hey, Fireball, I'm the man that put E.F. Hutton in jail. Hey, Fireball, I'm the man that put E.F. Hutton in jail.
Get out of there, cotton picker. You didn't put no E.F. Hutton in jail. Hey, Johnny Law, you didn't put no E.F. Hutton in jail. Get out of there.
Yeah, I put the handcuffs on that side, figure. You're lucky I didn't pistol with you there, are you?
Well, I don't want to be behind bars. I want to talk on my radio. Hey, Johnny Law, I don't want to be behind bars. I want to talk on my radio and drop that mall down till the cows come home.
Oh, dear, man, I heard you now, man. I was what are you talking about? And I got to go out here, man, and mow my grass. Fireball, good morning to you. Bad thing to you. Bye-bye.
All right there, Uncle Johnny Law. Take care. Take him easy on that end, man. Hey, take care, Uncle Johnny Law. Fireball's out the middle of the road. I'm going to let these boys have their radio back, man. These guys out here thinking they can talk on the radio there, Uncle Johnny Law.
Hello, 244. I was talking to E.F. Hutton, man. Hey, 244. I was talking to E.F. Hutton Fireball that day. Oh, Buckeye New downtown. That cop bigger said when he talk, everybody listen. Good morning to you, 244. I gotta get out here.
Hey, Uncle Johnny Law, tell that 244 go to the cotton picking, go to the garage, get a cotton picking hose and a golf ball, and learn how to suck it. Hey, Uncle Johnny Law, why don't you tell that 244, that Fireball, a.k.a. E.F. Hutton, when I speak, everybody got to listen. Tell them to listen to this. Tell them to go in that cotton picking garage, look for a cotton picking hose and a golf ball. Tell them to try to practice sucking a golf ball through a diesel pump hose.
Hey, 244, that cop bigger Fireball fired down in my radio and told me to tell you he don't want you in California. California on you. We want you down here in Johnny Law on Grove. 244, watch that cop bigger break, baby.
I think he needs to go practice how to suck a golf ball through a diesel pump hose. That might be a better idea. Hey, Uncle Johnny Law, I think 244 needs to practice sucking a golf ball through a diesel pump hose.
That got me to say, get out the way and test it everything.
I'm going to let him go. I'm going to let him go. Hey, Uncle Johnny Law, I'm going to let him go. I'm going to let that cop picker talk on the radio.
Go right on that. Fireball. Hey, Fireball, Whiskey in the Carolinas. Out here mowing this grass.
Hey, hello, right back to you there, Whiskey 3. Hey, hello, right back to you there, Whiskey 3. How you doing today?
We're doing pretty good, man. We're supposed to have a bunch of rain coming, but I ain't seen anything yet. It was supposed to start a couple hours ago, and it ain't done nothing.
Oh man, we're having good weather over here. It's like 84, 82 in the day. Usually we're hot right now. We're usually about March, April. We're about done with the winter and the spring, man. It's pretty much over. We're gonna turn into summer, but we're getting pretty lucky. We might have a spring this year.
I hear you. It's about 66 here right now. I think it's supposed to warm up to about 71. I think it's supposed to be about 71 today, but hey, it's supposed to be raining, but I don't know, it might be gonna go around me.
Hey, 10 Raj on there. Well, it's always good to get a little bit of rain. But boy, being have all those hurricanes and whatnot out there, you guys got more water than you can think of.
Get out of here and get on this. Yeah, I know. I hope. I know Texas and all of them. They got a pretty good storm. We're gonna run all the way up to Michigan, and but it breaks off, and some of it's gonna be coming up through here. Supposed to, if it don't change and go a different way. But we won't get nothing like they're gonna get.
Yeah, we never get rain. We never get rain in San Diego or the desert out here. Here, and when they say, oh, you guys are going to get a ½ inch of rain, you guys are going to get a ½ inch of rain, we'll get a eighth of an inch of rain and an inch of dust.
I hear you, man. I hear you. Yeah, I came out here looking for some stuff. I got to do a couple of things in the house, and I was looking for a screwdriver. I need one that's long where I can get back there and reach in to get a darn, it's a hinge, but it ain't like a door hinge, but it's recessed back in there. I got to have a screwdriver about 10 inches long to get back there to it.
Oh man, I'm changing. I just ordered me a door latch for my Duramax because I know you got one, and I was over there at 220. Me and 220 were hanging out at the river out there at the Colorado River. We were camping. And, man, I opened the door, and then it stopped opening. And then I had to go around the other side and open it from the inside. And we just checked it out yesterday. The latch is broke. And what you talking about? You got to have these special screwdrivers and extensions to get the bolts off to take the latch off the door handle.
Oh, I know. They always come up with something trying to fix it where a regular guy can't work on, won't have the right tools, have to go buy special tools to do something, and most people won't take the time to do that.
Oh, I know. Yeah, you got to have the torch to take off one part, and then you got to have something else to take off another one. It's just, it's ongoing process.
Yeah, I know. It's just like working on a vehicle. You got to have all these special tools now to work on some. Like on a Chevrolet, you used to be able to take one apart with a ½ inch wrench and a 9/16 wrench and maybe a 3/4. But man, they gone to metric, and some of them got metric standards. You don't know what you're gonna run into when you start taking them apart now.
Oh, I know, man. Yeah, you gotta have a whole toolbox to work on a truck now, or any car, and you gotta have computer stuff. You know, half the time these relays are not working, or this computer sensor's not here, and you don't know if it's a sensor unless you have some kind of reader, and you gotta have some special $6,000 reader to find out if it's this one sensor, and then the car don't work. Yeah, I hate that.
Oh, I know, but it's come down to it now, man. You got to have all kind of darn different meters and stuff to read all this different stuff you got. But we can go down to AutoZone. It's got a couple different places you can go to, and they don't charge you anything to read it, and they give you a printout what it is. So that makes it a whole lot easier right there. But if you go to, man, I went to Chevrolet place, they was gonna charge me $220
just to read that thing. Then they said, well, that'll come off when they go to fix it. But man, they get $210 an hour for labor down here.
Yeah, that's awful, man. I know these guys are getting all kinds of money working on it. That's why I try to work on my own stuff. You know, I got to learn it. I got to figure it out. And I got the 2003 Duramax, so I got the. I'm glad when I bought it used, it already had the injectors put in there at like 150,000 or something like that, because you got to take the whole pick and top off to change those injectors on the first generation ones.
Nobody.
I know, it's a lot of work. Yeah, I try to do most of my own work on them. If I figure out what it is and what I got to do, I'll do it. But, yeah, a couple of times I could work a Chevrolet place, but man, they burnt me up so bad, I just started doing it myself.
Yeah, I got like 214,000 miles on that Duramax. I got it when it had 196. So I put about 20,000 miles on it already since I got it, since my other one burnt down. And it's been a pretty good truck, man. It's been driving everywhere. I'm going to need a set of tires already. These tires, they don't last for these trucks anymore, man. It ain't like back in the day. Man, right when I bought the truck, I bought a set of tires. You know, it don't matter if you buy a set of $1,400 tires or a set of $900 tires. My other truck had a set of Michelins on it, and they didn't last 20,000, 25. I don't think I'm getting about 25 on these tires either.
Yeah, I know. I don't think the compounds as good as they used to be on these tires, but the price is still up there. I know them Michelins, that's what I was running on my truck, man. I think I bought a set last year. I think it was about $1,450 for them.
Yeah, and when I bought the ones that I had for the Cummins truck, it was like $1,150. You know, like 4 or 5 years ago, it was like $1,150. You know, and yeah, that's kind of expensive, man. You got to have E tires, man, to drive these diesel trucks. And I bought the set that I bought for $700. So, you know, if you're buying a good set of tires, you know, Michelins or the other ones, Toyos or whatever they call it, and you're still going to get maybe 30,000 miles, you ain't really saving anything. Might as well just buy a cheaper set for $700 and go 20,000 miles, 22 or 23.
Oh yeah, in the long run you come out cheaper. In the long run you come out a whole lot better. You might have to buy it a little bit sooner, but a great deal live you can buy 2 sets what you pay for one set of Michelins.
Yeah, $410 on that. That's true. Well, you'll have to watch your set. If you just got yours, you see how many miles you get on yours. I mean, my Michelins, I remember when I got them, I think I only got about 22,000, and I thought I could maybe go another 5 before I needed another set before it burnt down, but I knew in about 5,000 miles I was going to need another set. And that's where I'm at on this Duramax. I know I'm about 5,000 to 7,000 miles, and that's about it. I'm going to need $750.
Hey, Roger. I was get down the other night, man. They were talking, and all of a sudden, you're just gone. I put out the radio, and you put out of mine. I couldn't even hear you in there.
Oh, I know. That's what happened. I sent you that recording. That's what happened with Grease Monkey, man. I was talking to Grease Monkey, and it was like he blew a breaker. I mean, he was talking, and he was gone. Like, just flipped the switch, and it was out. And it was like the light was out. It was so weird. I was like, what happened to him? And then you jumped in there.
Yeah, I know. I listened to the recording you sent me, and he laughed, and then we was talking, and I kept listening, and all of a sudden, we were gone. I couldn't hear you. You couldn't hear me. I kept hollering at you, but Mother Nature done went somewhere else.
Keep up the good work.
Yeah, because sometimes, you know, these guys, they fade out. You know, you can still talk to them when they're fading out. You know, they're fading out 7 dB and 5 dB and whatnot. But, man, sometimes these guys just flip a switch and then they just gone. It's just like out like a light switch.
I like that.
Oh, I know. I'm out here piddling around looking for that stuff. When I first come in here, I didn't know about the 3 dBs on you. I could just barely hear you in there. And I kept over there looking at it. I said, well, it's going to come up in a little bit. When it gets up a little bit more, I'll go ahead and try to holler at it.
Oh yeah, well when you called me, if I was at 3 dB when you called me, you were at 30. This is my best time. I don't know why. When I'm 3 and 4 dB in everybody's radio, I'm pretty much like the only one out there. They're all 30 and 40 dB in mine. That's what's weird.
Hey Roger, yeah, I just looked up there and now you're about 35 up there now. It's you come way up from since we started talking. You done come on up in my radio a whole lot more.
Hey, 10 Roger on that. That's just real good conditions. Yeah, you did too. As we were talking there for a minute there, and old Dr. Payne in Florida, he was like at 9, and you were like at 10, and now you jumped in there about 40.
Them old 250Bs are probably warming up. Get them things keyed up and get them warmed up, man. They start working. A great deal out. Them things amaze me how they be doing, but the hotter they get, the better they talk.
We're looking at you, man. We're looking right down your town. Hey, good morning, Papa. Hey, Papa, Dr. Payne, nobody taking me quiet.
Yeah, I heard you there, Dr. Payne, man, after old Whiskey 3 dropped off that mall, man. It ain't your turn to burn. It's old Whiskey 3's turn, but, yeah, man, I had a Pride DX300, man. That got pig and talk like no tomorrow. Something happened to it, and I had one of my friends fix it, and then he never got it back. Man, that got pig and Pride DX300 would talk like no tomorrow. I loved that thing till it broke.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with them. That Pride 300, DX300. You can't put radio that does older radio that you can't throw watts into it. That's the keying circuit on them things. Unless you get somebody to change your keying circuit, them things. If you take a black radio or something that's swinging 28 watts or something like that, it'll work for a while. Hey, but then it'll drop out on the keying circuit. But as long as you got a radio ain't doing about 10, 12 watts, man, them things will last forever.
I ain't 10 Roger on that. Yeah, I don't have one. This radio does 50 watts. This radio does 50 watts peak. It does like 8 watts bird, man. But, yeah, I don't even, it's been so long. But, yeah, and I think I had a 50 watt 148 that I was talking on with it. Maybe it was just the keying circuit. I don't know. But, yeah, it stopped working, man. That was a good, kind of big little driver. I love that little driver. I'd like to get me another one someday, but all the kind of big radio stuff is just skyrocketed, man. I just kept all my old stuff.
Right. Hey, Roger. All right, man. Hey, before I forget, Dr. Payne, I don't ever get to talk to him. I hear him in there. I mean, I hear him talking to other people, but I hadn't talked. I just don't get conditions to talk to him down there, just every once in a while. But you tell him I wave a friendly 5 at him.
Yeah, I'll tell old Dr. Payne you said hello. I talk to him all the time. He's fun to talk to, man. He got this little low-budget station over there in Pensacola. Yeah, he don't even run that much. He got this, I think it's a 55 beam or something like that. I'll tell him you said hello next time I hear him there, Whiskey 3.
All right, man. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's weird. I can't talk to the boys in Georgia. It's, I don't know. It's just, I guess something about the distance is too close, or I don't know. Skip's in here. I think I've talked to Georgia maybe once or twice. And, I mean, other than that, I don't even hear them. I can hear their backscatter when they're talking, but as far as like 455, I hear his backscatter good. He put some juice out there, and I've talked to him off a backscatter. Me and him talk off a backscatter, but as far as if I point down to him, I don't even hear him. But me pointing west and he'd be pointing out west, I hear his backscatter, and we'd talk off backscatter.
Yeah, probably because you're too close, because you're not 600 miles. I don't know how many miles Pensacola, Florida is, but it's probably not 600. You know, because that's what happens in the summer here every once in a while. Not for me. For me, for some reason, when the skip flips goes north and south, I don't really talk to Northern Cal that much. But Northern Cal and Oregon and all that, they're about 1,200 to 1,000 miles going north south. But most of the time when it flips out here for me, I'm still talking to you guys. I'm still talking to Florida all summer long and the Carolinas all summer. And it just, I don't get the conditions that LA gets. They get to talk to Northern Cal and all. I don't want to talk to them guys anyway. Them guys are terrified of Fireball and they're jealous of Fireball most of the time anyway. They don't like talking to Fireball.
That's cause you talking all the time and they can't talk. That's the only reason they get jealous, man. They can't do what you're doing. That's the thing about it. And they probably running 3 or 4 times what you're running, and they still can't do what you do. So that's what's going on there. But yeah, I don't know. I don't get the conditions I'll sit here and listen to you talking all over the place, and I can't even hear them guys. But where you at, man? You got it going on. I tell you what, you can talk about anywhere you want to talk.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, this area here just talks everywhere. It just talks all over. You know, before I was talking to you, I was talking to somebody in New York, and I was talking to West Virginia, kind of thinking Kentucky. Man, this place just talks everywhere. That's one reason why I like this area. And I never knew that this area was going to do that good. But when my friend Cripple Lizard, he lives up there around Northern Cal. He's sadly passed away. But he used to drive past here back in the 80s, early 80s, 70s and 80s. And he told me, he said, man, Fireball, when I drove through there, he delivered cars. He said, when I drove through there and delivered cars, I was the king of the world. I go, get out of here. He said, I had an M175 amplifier and a fire stick, and nobody could touch me. I whip everybody. I was like, no way. He said, I'm telling you, I'd pull over there by the hotel when they had it there next to the water. Them guys couldn't do nothing with me, and I had an M175. And I was like, wow, no way. Well, when I hooked the station up, man, I've been talking ever since. And he would listen to my Watergates in the hospital bed all the time. He'd go, be like, told you, Fireball. Told you you'd be a badass.
Yeah, I hear you, man. Yeah, I remember Cripple Lizard. I used to talk to him all the time. I'd hear him in there and talk to him. But I was wondering, I don't know if he passed away or what. I hadn't heard him in a while.
Oh, yeah, he passed away about, I think, right when I set my station up, man. During that time, that year, probably 2022, somewhere around there, he passed away, and he had some issues there, and he just, up there in the wine fields, he retired, and he lived up there in Northern Cal there, but he just got real sick, man, and he just wasn't feeling well. But he had some pretty big stuff up there on that mountain he had on the wine fields in Northern Cal.
Hey, Roger. And old Tater, I'm pretty sure he passed away. He was up there at the break in Manchester back years ago when you and your buddy come down to Manchester, and I think me and Bud Man and they blame Middleman, all of us was down there, and old Tater. I liked old Tater. I used to talk to him all the time, but he got pretty bad off. And his wife would bring him to the breaks, but then I think she had a heart attack, and after that, he couldn't come to no more. But I was talking to Bud Man, and I called, and somebody answered the phone, told me that he had passed away.
Oh man, that's too bad, man. Yeah, I know it's sad to see these stations just passing on because they're getting older and things just ain't working out, Yeah, I know. And shoot, man, 4040, man. I remember 4040, Dock of the Bay, man. That kind of figure was real cool, man. We were the ones who started these video gates online, man. We started the Watergates. We got rid of the tapes, me and 4040. And we started doing recordings on PUT file back in the day before YouTube was even thought of, man. And we were like the pioneers of the Watergates, man. We were Me and 4040, we were the pioneers of the real online Watergate before video gates was even thought of.
Yeah, I know. I used to talk to 44 all the time, man. I enjoyed talking to him. He had a good station too, man. He sounded good, and I used to talk to him all the time. And well, I was talking to you too, but I talked to him, and it was somebody else. I don't think it was Hannah a little bit, but there was quite a few of them out there I talked to. But I really liked him. I even met him up there in Manchester too.
Ten Raj on there. Yeah, I remember when I went up there and I saw you guys. I only went to one Manchester break. You know, the Manchester break kind of got messed up. I mean, it kind of died out after Budweiser Kid. When Budweiser Kid got divorced, I think the Manchester break kind of tanked after that.
Yeah, after they had to move, when them other people bought the motel out, they said if there'd be any trouble at all, they wouldn't have it there no more. And sure enough, first thing right there, they had trouble, so then they had to move. And after they moved, I never went to any of the other ones that, I don't know, they didn't have they had a good place there. I mean, where they set up all their stuff, and it was in the shade, you had shade, and then, but where they went to, I talked to a couple people that went, man, they didn't have no shade or nothing, man. It said it wasn't nothing like it used to be.
Oh, absolutely. I know. Well, you know, that same time that they were having the Texas break was about the same time they were having the Manchester break, because it was like another couple weeks later. And I went to the Texas break, but then they had that kind of thinking, they had that dang hurricane, man, and a lot of people canceled. So they're having it up there in Juliet this time, up there around Illinois, but I don't know if I'm going to make it, man. I got so much stuff I'm doing here, and now I got a few health issues here I got to stay home and figure out, so I don't know if I'm going to make it over there or not, but we'll see. But I know if they have it back in Texas again, I'll just drive there again like I did last time. My Duramax will make it there, no problem. It only took me about, maybe a day and a half to drive there. 7 drove there. I think they drove. They drove all the way down there and drove all the way back from Carolinas.
Hey, Roger. Well, right now I can't do a whole lot of traveling. I like to, but if she can't go with me, you know, I can't leave her with anybody. She don't want nobody else in the house. And my son, he's out to work every day, so you know, I just stay here with her and listen to everybody talk about how much fun they had at these breaks, and maybe one day she'll get a whole lot better where we can get back to the breaks again, but I'm just not going to leave her by herself.
Yeah, I wouldn't either, man. You know, I wouldn't leave her by herself. You know, plus I really like all the breaks that came along there before I turned into a single dad. Yeah, I couldn't do none of that stuff, man. I'd take care of a daughter, one daughter and 2 sons, pretty much all on my own, and a high school sweetheart that had mental issues because of the one son. So, yeah, I was pretty busy for years.
Yeah, I know, but man, you still give me a call on the radio when I know you was off there for a long time with all the stuff you had going on, but I'll tell you what, when you come back this time, man, putting it on the first time before you got off, you really putting it on now, man.
Yeah, I really like this area, you know. I never thought this area would do that good, but I'm glad it did, you know, because I moved here to afford where I'm living. It's in the middle of the desert. We get really hot out here. Our weather is not that good. Our weather's good in the winter, but our weather's real bad in the summer. I mean, it's awful. Get out here 122 degrees. You're just out here in the air conditioning watching TV, you know, or playing video games or cleaning your house or something, you know, or you can go to the river and sit in the cold water or something, but you're still in 118 degree weather. That's what a lot of people do out here.
when he was riding back from the store. He took a picture of it. I think it was 122 when he was riding back home in the truck.
And I told you.
Oh yeah, that was out there around Mecca, man. Yeah, that was out there around Mecca over there, where Mecca is. It's just above north of the Salton Sea area. And it was just above Mecca. And then I took that thing over, and that's when I didn't have no air conditioning. Man, that kind of bigger was 122 degrees on that dang thermometer.
I said, darn, that thing gonna break before he gets home.
In Alabama, good morning, fireball, low, got down. Fireball.
Oh, I had a lot of people call me there. I had somebody call me on the... Oh, my friend Sheepherder called. Man, been a long time since I talked to him. He, one of my Ramona friends. And my phone kept ringing. I didn't know why my phone kept ringing. But, now I know. But, yeah. Oh, no, it was going to break. It's been all the way to the top. I think I think that thing's been pegged before sitting under my tree. I think it fell off the tree and broke. I'm going to have to get me another one. I'm going to have to get me a real one. Real digital one or something. I got one of those weather machines out here. I just never put it together. Maybe I'll put the weather machine on.
Brooklyn.
Hey, Roger. Yeah, I don't know if, when we took that time in between the keys, I heard, there's a couple people calling. I don't know if they was calling you or what they were doing, but, I didn't know if they was calling you or what was going on, but, I guess you're checking your phone, seeing what call you missed.
Man, the whole world's calling me. Windjammer out there around Georgia giving me a holler. It ain't his time to burn, but I am waving at you. Oh, no, I got everybody calling me before you key up, buddy. Hey, Whiskey 3, I got the whole world calling Fireball.
Hey, Roger, yeah, space in between her. I didn't key up. I was going to see if there's anybody trying to key on me or whatever, but if you still hear Windjammer, you tell him I hope he's doing good, and I catch. That's another one. See, I can't talk to him, and then he hadn't been to any of the breaks. Like when D-Rail, he's had two, and he didn't come to none of them. I don't know if he just don't go to the breaks or that was. I was hoping he was going to bring up where I could meet him, but have you talked to number 8, Zero Reflex? I hadn't heard that rascal in a long time.
I ain't 10 Roger on that. Well, actually, he's going to be making a trip out to the West Coast, man. Oh, Windjammer, I think him and his wife, they're coming out here to the West Coast. They're going to come visit me, and I think they're going to go see Jigga Man and all the guys, and they're taking a West Coast trip here in the next couple months.
Hi, Roger. Yeah, that's what me and the better half was going to do, and then all this stuff come in on her, so it's looking down for now that we'll ever be able to do it, but hopefully if good Lord willing, she'll get squared away and we'll get to do what we're planning on doing, but right now it ain't looking too good, but yeah, that's what we'd like to do. That's what we was planning on doing. I done went and looked at the fifth wheel and stuff. That's when she started having all her big trouble and stuff, but and I didn't get it. I bought the truck, but I didn't get I never did go pick the camper up, so because I didn't know if we'd ever be able to use it or not, but I don't know. That's the way things goes, man. You work all your life, and I hope you're going to be able to do something, and then stuff like this happens, and you don't get to do anything.
Oh, yeah, I know. That's what happened with my dad, My dad passed on. He retired as an iron worker, man. 42 credits, man. My dad retired with 42 iron worker credits. I mean, that kind of bigger made like $5,000 a month when he retired at 48 years old. And they did a lot of traveling there for a while, and then 48. And he had a good time there for a while, but then something happened to his prostate, and he got prostate cancer, and he passed on at a later date. Man, he didn't even get to use his retirement, man. He died at like 63 years old.
Yeah, I know, that's bad. What the hell do, let everybody do all the stuff they won't do when they're younger, and then you just keep working after you get older. That way you can enjoy what you want to be doing instead of you get so damn blame old you can't hardly do what you want to do. But I mean, you go out there and you look around, but you can't get out and really do a whole lot of stuff. But I don't know. I hope I won't get to stay around a whole lot longer. Maybe get to do a little bit. But I'm 77 now, so I don't know. I guess I'm in good shape for my age, and I still do a lot of stuff. But you don't never know when it's going to change. I got to get up tomorrow, and I might not be able to get out of bed.
I got to get around up.
Hey, 10 Roger on that. I know how that goes, man. Well, one good thing my dad did, you know, he said he had it all set up for his wife. You know, my mom, she still gets everything, so that's a good thing, man, because when you retire for an iron worker, you can tell them that you want just your retirement or you want the husband and wife one, and he got the husband and wife one. He took about, it cut his retirement to like, it cut $1,200 off of his retirement money, but he still did good with that because he had real good credits and all that. But it worked out real good because sadly, you know, something happened to him. At least his retirement's still rolling on. It's been going for years now with his wife. You know, my mom's still doing well, owns her own place and everything.
Yeah, I know. My brother-in-law, he was a plumber, but he used to do a lot of traveling. He was in the union, and man, I tell you what, he got brain cancer. I think he was about, I think he was 64 when he got it. He was just getting ready to retire, but his wife wound up and with it being through the union, it was set up where, you know, she wound up and drawed it. She draws his Social Security and his retirement, and he's been dead now probably 15 years, and she never remarried, and so, you know, but she still gets she still pays off his retirement and his, you know, pension and stuff.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think my mom's not getting remarried. I'll mess the guy up. there won't be nobody else around my mom's place but me.
Hey, Roger. Yeah, she don't even date. She don't do anything. She works all the time. Her son, man, he got about 4 different businesses. She worked for H&R Block, you know, while he was in the union and stuff. But she ran H&R Block. She done all the income tax and stuff, all the big corporate business in town. And once she retired from that, her son went in business, so she's doing all his tax stuff and helping him do all the paperwork and stuff. But I tell you what, he's really been everything he's touched, man, has turned to gold. He's I think he's 42 now, and I don't know how. I know he's a millionaire. I don't know how many times over, but he's got one company. I think he's in 9 different states. It's Preferred Flooring, and he's in 9 different states with that one. So he's just he's doing good. He said he'd be a millionaire by the time he was 40. He's 42 now, and he was a millionaire before he got to 42.
Back to you, Rudy.
I ain't 10 Roger on that. That's awesome, man. Yeah, it's good to be successful. I didn't really turn that successful. I was an iron worker there for a long time until I couldn't do it no more, and there was just nothing I could do when I had these health issues I got now. So I just had to do what I'd got to do and deal with what I got to deal with, you know. But the iron workers help me out, you know. When you can't be an iron worker no more, they definitely take care of you there, 410.
Hey, Roger. Yeah, I done structural steel welding for a while, and then I'd got hurt. I wasn't able to do a whole lot of climbing, so I went into the shop where I finally retired at. I worked there for 35 years, but it was in a shop, and we built big tanks and vessels for chemical companies. Everything was 100% X-ray, and I worked there for 35 years. So until I had my back surgery and my neck surgery, and then they wouldn't let me go back to work, so I had to retire at 62. But with them getting the surgery that I had, it was bad enough to where I got the disability stuff, so I'm still drawing like I retired at 65. I'm getting the full benefits, so you know that's one good thing.
Yeah, that is one good thing, man. Yeah, man, a lot of my dad's friends, they all got the same thing he got, man. They were all welders. Now, my dad didn't weld constantly all the time. We put up stairs and whatnot and did a lot of structural steel like you're talking about. But a lot of them iron workers that were just straight welders, you know, welding the beams together and stuff like that, they all got cancer and whatnot. I don't know. Maybe it's just the gamma rods or gamma rays that go through your body when you're welding. I don't know. I didn't know anything about it. I wasn't a welder. I was a shitty welder, so I I was not that good. So I was just a put-together guy, you know, or a rod buster. I didn't do a lot of welding. I was a shitty welder.
Yeah, very dark sharp, man. We had different sections there, but yeah, the fitters and the welders, and that put me back there in the back. I'd do fitting and welding, and then when somebody get behind, I'd go over there and start welding for them and whatever fitting. But we built a lot of big tanks, man. They'd be 16 foot in diameter, 100 foot long. Shells would be 3/4 inch thick. I run a sub-arc welder. And matter of fact, I was the only one down there in the shop that run the sub-arc welder, so most of the time I was running that sub-arc, but when we get caught up on these big shells and stuff, I just drop back and start welding nozzles in and anything they needed me to do.
I ain't saying Roger on that. Yeah, I fitted up a lot of beams. You know, you get the beams up and the girders and whatnot. You just fit it up together and then you tack weld it, and then the welder comes back and welds them. That's the same thing I did with stairs, man. I did all that, then I just have them weld it, you know. That's all I did. And I put up a lot of handrail, put all the handrail on all the big stairs, you know. When you go down the elevator on any of them hotels or buildings, and the stairs are on the left or the right, or they're on the right, they're some emergency stairs, that's what I used to put in. My dad, he used to work for like 5 of them companies that made the stairs, and we just put them up. And all I need to do was put them up, and then we just hire a welder to weld them up.
Hey, Roger. Yeah, we build, when we do these tanks for these chemical companies, they would always, would have to build a decking around it, cut everything out. We'd fabricate that thing in place. We had about 30-something foot ceilings in the shop, and we'd build a tank, have it on its legs, and then we'd put all the framing up and put all the flooring and decking and handrails, put all that stuff, and then we'd have to cut it and put plates on the end of it and get it set up, and then we'd tear it all apart and send it and get all the railing galvanized, and then get it all back, and you know, we'd have to weld what it was for you, because once they galvanize it, if it ain't welded on there where you can see where they go, you got a mess trying to fit everything back up. But I enjoyed it, man. I didn't realize when they wouldn't let me go back to work, I didn't realize how much I was gonna miss it. But and then I went down there a couple of times, and then the guy that owned the company asked me not to go in the shop no more because I was costing him too much money. He said, every time I go in there, everybody in the shop wants to stop and talk to you, so I'm losing money. He said, if you need to come down here, you come in the office, talk to me, and tell me what you want. He said, and I'll have it made up, and I'll call you, and you come to the office and pick it up. Just don't go in the shop.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about, man. Oh, yeah, I loved what I did, man. When I was doing ironworking, man, I did all the stairs at the MGM Grand, all the ones at the Venetian down there in Vegas, and the Paris Hotel down there in San Diego, and a whole bunch of them down there. And, yeah, you're right, man. We worked for this one company down there around Lakeside. And when actually I built my Ford jet ski trailer off of him because he was a real good friend of my dad's, and he was still alive. My dad gave him like everything when he retired. And I went over there and needed a bunch of metal and stuff like that. And I asked him if I could have some to build my jet ski trailer. He said, yeah, man, just come on down. Yeah, you're right. Boy, all the cop-beacon ironworkers over there. Oh, man, Fireball, what you been doing? Oh, man, I just been doing stuff, you know. over here trying to get a Ford jet ski trailer built. Man, the owner was like, man, these guys ain't even working no more. It's over there talking to you, Fireball.
Yeah, I know. I'll tell you what, I hadn't been back down there, but it kind of, when I first thought about to go in the shop, I said, man, I was a kid. I used to work in a line looking for his daddy, and then he took the company over, and his daddy had retired, and then he asked me not to come back in the shop. I mean, he wasn't rude about it, he just asked me not to go in there. He said I was costing him too much money, but I said, man, I've been here for 35 years, and I can't even walk out there in the shop. He said, no, you cost me too much money. He said, when you go out there, they all stop and come over there and talk to you. He said, you just come in the office, just don't go out there. He said, I ain't trying to be rude, mean, or anything, he said, but you just cost me too much money.
I know what you mean. That's the same thing happens to me when I go over to the shop, when I run down there to get stuff that I need. Actually, I called him 2 years ago. I asked him if he could make me a plate for my a tilt plate for my crank-up tower that I got from Master Chief. But he done sold the company for like $2 million. I forgot what it's called now. But he goes, no, Fireball, I can't do that no more because I don't own the company no more. I was like, oh, boy. So I had to find somebody else. But I got somebody else who he has a laser cutting company, and he built my plate and everything. It only cost me like $60 because I'm glad I got good friends because, dang, man, when I built this station and had to get all the rebar and stuff like that, man, you got to have friends or you're going to spend a lot of money.
Oh, you got that right. If you don't know how to do it, you better have some friends that know something about it, because if you don't, like you said, you're going to spend a whole lot of money. But I've been lucky. I do all my own stuff. I built my own hazer, and I mean, I can weld, so I can weld up about anything I need to do. Matter of fact, I'm getting ready to redo my tower. I'm going to take it down. I'm going to hinge it this time. Like my wife said, she said, you're getting too old to be climbing that stuff. She said, so I'm going to hinge that thing when I pull it back down this time. It's got the hazer on it, so I don't have to climb the tower, but I'm going to have to climb it to tear it down, bring it back down, and then I'm going to hinge it, make hinge plates up and hinge it, and that way, and when I do decide to quit talking or something happens to me, all my son had to do is just bring the beam down, take it apart, and then after that, just hinge it over to the side and unbolt everything, and they can haul it all off, sell it, do what they're going to do after I'm gone.
And I'm going to keep my 10 in the wind. Ain't big balls, ain't nobody.
Hey, 10 Roger on that. Yeah, that's what mine's a hinged. I don't have a hazer on. Mine's a crank up, but yeah, you can take all mine apart if you want. I don't want mine. If something happens to me, I want my kids to keep talking on this radio. I mean, this radio station right here just talks all over the world. I want my kids to keep transmitting, man. I want my kids to keep on transmitting and let everybody know that this station can do it.
Oh, you know it can do it, man. I tell you what, you're in one good place, man. You talk all over the world, talk everywhere. I wish I could talk about all these places where you talk at, man. You don't ever get conditioned. It's like you can talk to them about every day. That's what's so weird about it. If you can't talk one place, you got 15 other places you can talk. And then talk to the other place the next day. But I heard that Dr. Dre was trying to bleed on up in there. I'll leave a hand to him while I got this microphone. I'm going to get out of the way. I know we've been on here pretty long. And I can't believe Mother Nature stayed in here this long that you can even still hear me. Hey, Fireball, Whiskey 3 in the Carolinas. I'm going to get back out of the way. Man, I enjoyed it. You have a great day, Whiskey in the Carolinas, and I'll see you.
All right, there, Whiskey 3. Well, Dr. Dre, he's been hooping and hollering, jumping up and down for the last 40 minutes, man. My friend just told me about it. My friend, he's a truck driver. He's about 100 miles from you right now, delivering in the Carolinas, man. He's over there right now. And he says that big and Dr. Dre been hooping and hollering for the last 30 minutes trying to call you. We've been talking for about 50 minutes, man. So I'll get out these guys' way. They can't talk on fireballs out here, but shoot, and even if they could, they couldn't talk about anything. All they want to do is get a 10 rods right on. 10 rods right on. Okay, bye. Man, nobody wants to talk like that. That's why everybody calls me Whiskey 3. That's why everybody talks to me, because I actually have a conversation on the radio instead of sitting out here and go, 10 rods right on, 10 rods right on. Hey, take care, Whiskey 3. I'm out the middle of the road too, buddy. I'm going to sit back. I'm going to listen to your talk show.
Three, and boy, you got that.
There's a bunch of them trying to get out of me, man, but they ain't done it. Man, you have a great day. Carolina, man, I hope you get a lot done today, because if that don't rain, I'm going to plan on getting a lot done. Fireball, I'll catch you later. Whiskey 3 gone. I'll see you. Bye-bye.
All right, then, Whiskey 3. We'll catch you come later, man. Yeah, I'm going to get a few things done. I gotta do a whole lot of cleaning up to do, and some washing up, and some kitchen cleaning and whatnot. I got a bunch of honeydews for Fireball I got to do today. So we'll catch you come later there, Whiskey 3. And you tell Dr. Dre that Fireball said hello. And I'm finally going to let him talk now, because he hadn't been able to talk for 30 minutes. Hey, Whiskey 3, Fireball's gone.
All right, Fireball, I'll tell him. Hey, Dr. Dre, if you got a copy on Whiskey 3, if you still got a copy on Whiskey 3, Dr. Dre, Fireball told me to wave a hand at you. Hey, Dr. Dre, I hope you're doing well. Whiskey in East Carolina, we stepping.
128, your plain driver's mobile right back.